Good morning, friends. This morning yoga video is a really good video if you just kind of want to roll your mat out, roll out of bed and lay down and start your morning slowly. So yeah, find a comfortable seat or lying down on your back. I'm going to start lying down because that's what I like to do in the morning. And placing the feet on the ground, or you can extend the legs long for the beginning of class. Letting the hands rest either on the hips, the stomach, and the heart, or even down by the sides. Really, the goal here is just to be comfy. And as you settle into your mat, bringing the attention to your breath. If you have any morning fog going on of to-do lists or things you have to do, see if you can set that aside just for the next 30 minutes. And a quote that I'd like to share with you, and I'll bring it back at the end of class, is by the Dalai Lama. And the quote is, "Every day, think as you wake up. Today I am fortunate to have woken up. I am alive, I have a precious human life, and I'm not going to waste it." Letting that sink in, but also allow yourself to truly believe that. Being able to wake up this morning is an amazing, amazing blessing. Taking 2 more breaths here, inhaling through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. Inhaling again through the nose and exhaling out the mouth. Extending both arms overhead and keeping the legs long. You can bring the feet close together. They don't have to be touching. And we'll take the right hand around the left wrist. First, we'll walk the feet over to the right. They might step even off the mat. Then we'll raise the torso up the ground and reach the torso over towards the right corner of the mat. Making any adjustments you'd like. We'll be here for about a minute. So some people like to cross the ankles, maybe the right foot over the left or the left foot over the right. Making any adjustments you need in the shoulders and neck to really let the head go and completely relax. So this is called banana pose because we're in the shape of a banana, but it's really wonderful because it's a really passive way to stretch into the left arm, the left side body, and even into the IT band. Bringing your attention back to the breath. And seeing if you can just feel excited that you have a whole new day today. And gently releasing first the feet, letting them walk back to center. And then you can release the hands. I like to assist the head, kind of curling the head up to center and then releasing the head down. Stretching everything, kind of that full body stretch. The hands reach, the heels reach away. And then switching sides, so the left hand takes the right wrist and then we'll reach over towards the left. Then walking the feet over to the left as well. Again, if you'd like to cross the ankles, if you cross the ankles on the other side, try doing that on this side just to stay even in your body. On your inhale, see if you can really let that belly fill up. And as you exhale, let the body sink into the earth. If you find that you have a little more openness, you can always adjust the pose. Since we are here a little bit longer, you can always scooch over a little bit more to the left or come back a little bit more to the right, depending on how you're feeling this morning. The main focus here is just the breath. And begin by walking the feet back to center. Again, if you'd like to assist the head, curling the chin to the chest, hands behind the head, and releasing the head down. We'll bend into the knees, bringing the knees towards the chest and slowly rocking side to side. Giving yourself a nice hug this morning. And to stretch into the hips and the lower back, we'll start by crossing the right foot over the left knee. Pushing away with that right hand on the thigh, or you can wrap the hands around the left leg. Pulling the leg towards the chest. Make sure that the back of the neck and head are completely relaxed. If you find that the head is lifting off the ground, maybe place that left foot back on the floor. Again, maybe the eyes are still closed. You're still slowly waking up. But what a beautiful way to wake up with just yourself and yoga. Placing the left foot on the ground. For this stretch, the left knee will release over to the left. The right sole of the foot meets the earth. So that right knee is pointing towards the ceiling and that left leg is completely relaxed. The foot is still outside of the knee. We're not releasing the right knee towards the chest. We're actually releasing it away from the chest. Arms can extend out to the sides, palms facing the ceiling. In this pose, if you've arrived and it's really intense, you can release the left knee away from you. Or if you're wanting a little bit more, you can actually reach that left knee towards that left shoulder. Finding your happy medium for this morning. Again, it's early, so we don't need to rush or go too deep. And when you're ready, bringing the knees back to center. And then extend the left leg long, bending the right knee towards the chest. And we'll pull the right knee towards that right armpit. So we're kind of reaching it off to the side and towards the chest. Just taking a moment to squeeze here. And then placing the hand on the knee, we'll move into some circles. You can place the left hand on the left hip to find some groundedness in that left side. Just moving into some circles, finding any organic movement that feels good in your body. It doesn't have to look a certain way. It's just about how you want to open up that right hip. And coming into a half happy baby. So the right hand can come behind that right knee, or maybe on the shin, or maybe around the right foot. And we're pulling that knee again towards the ceiling and reaching the heel towards the ceiling, pulling the knee towards the shoulder. And see, with every breath, the inhale, we fill up. On the exhale, we let go, releasing into any parts of the body that feel tight. And bending that right knee again, we'll take the left hand outside of the right knee and pull it across the chest. Right arm extends out to the side. Looking towards the right hand, towards the ceiling, or even towards the left side if the neck feels a little tight. Again, maybe the eyes are still closed. And you're allowing the body as well as the mind to just wake up slowly. On your inhale, coming back to center. extending the left leg long, and just windshield wipering the feet, kind of letting them go side to side, rolling the feet in and out. And then we'll place the feet back on the ground, knees pointing towards the ceiling. This time, the left foot crosses outside of the right knee. Left hand either comes to the left thigh, pushing it away, or we raise the right foot off the ground, wrapping the hands around the right thigh. Again, if you feel like the shoulder and the neck are tight, maybe bring that right leg down. The head should be completely relaxed, the shoulders, and even the arms slightly. Noticing how this feels compared to the other side. And then when you notice, let it go. Each side will probably feel different, and that's perfectly normal. Placing the right foot down on the ground. Now the right knee will fall out to the side. The left foot will meet the sole of the earth. Again, that left knee is pointing towards the ceiling. The arms are extended out to the side, palms facing the ceiling. If it feels too tight, scoot the knee away from the shoulder. If you want a little bit more, bring the knee closer to the shoulder. And connecting back to your breath. Remembering the quote, "Every day, think as you wake up. Today I am fortunate to have woken up. I am alive. I have a precious human life, and I'm not going to waste it." Bringing the knees back to center. We'll extend the right leg long, pulling that left knee towards the left shoulder. You can have one hand on the knee or both hands, whatever feels most supportive. Remembering to flex those right toes towards the knee, just so we're still engaging the leg, even though it's mostly resting on the floor. And this simple stretch of pulling the knee towards the shoulder actually massages the colon, aiding in digestion and helping relieve the body of any toxins or anything it doesn't need. Coming into half happy baby, you can bring the hands around the thigh, the shin, or maybe the outside edge of that left foot. Again, placing the right hand on the hip so that we're really grounding down through the right side body. And if the mind is kind of wandering and going off on its own, that's fine. But if you'd like something to focus on, maybe think of something you're excited for today. Or something you feel really fortunate for. Releasing the leg and pulling the knee towards the chest again, but now the right hand comes outside of the left knee, pulling it across. The left arm extends out to the side. And here the knee will probably not touch the ground, and that's fine. The main focus is to have both shoulders on the ground. If you want to look towards that left palm, that's a nice option here. You can look towards the ceiling, or again, looking towards the right if the neck's feeling a little tight. Slowly inhaling and exhaling. Bringing the knee back to center. Squeezing the knees into the chest one last time. And your choice, you can rock forward and back along the length of the spine. Or if you're feeling sleepy still, you can roll over on your side. And we'll meet in a comfortable seated position. A little bit more work for the lower back and the spine, which is kind of what it takes to wake the body up. So extending the right leg out to the side, we'll keep the left leg pulled in and reaching the arms towards the ceiling. The left arm extends to the back, and then the right arm comes either onto the leg or inside of the leg. Whatever feels most supported. We want this right arm to be completely relaxed. This tends to get the shoulder towards the ear, so we want the arm to release. And And the goal here is to inhale and open the spine. And as you exhale, releasing the head towards the leg. Inhale, opening the chest. Exhale, releasing. And if this feels open in your body, you can bring those left fingertips to the side of the head. If you arrive and it does not feel supportive on your shoulder, just bring your hand to the lower back. If you have the elbow up, reaching that elbow and heart towards the ceiling, and exhale, releasing towards the leg. Repeating that again. Inhale, opening, and exhale, release. Again, it's a simple stretch, but when you hold it for a little bit longer, you get a great side stretch for the lower back. Final option is to extend the fingertips towards the toes. Again, if this does not feel supportive in the shoulder, bring it to the head or the lower back. It's just a nice other option. Take one more breath here. Inhale, spiraling the heart towards the ceiling, and exhale, releasing towards the leg. Releasing the top arm down, coming out of this pose really slowly. I use my hands to kind of walk myself back up, and the head and neck are the last things to arrive. And switching sides, so now we bend the right leg, extending the left leg out to the side, reaching the arms up. And as you exhale, left arm either comes onto the leg or inside of the thigh, right arm comes to the lower back. Inhale, opening the heart, and exhale, releasing. Again, with every inhale, spiraling the heart towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, releasing towards the leg. If you enjoyed bringing the fingertips onto the head, try that out. Oftentimes you want to go right towards reaching towards the foot, but as we ease into it, the body has time to deepen the stretch. Again, inhale, opening the heart, and exhale, releasing towards the leg. Final option is to extend the fingertips towards the toes. Inhale again, opening the chest, and exhale, releasing, relaxing that left shoulder as much as possible. One more breath here. Releasing the top arm down again, moving slowly, walking the self back to center. From here, bringing the soles of the feet together for bound angle. If you have any knee problems, something I like to do is place blocks underneath the knees to relieve a little bit of that pressure. Or if you just want a more passive stretch, you can place the blocks under the knees. Here we'll start with the feet a little bit further away. Oftentimes you want to bring the feet really close, but we'll have more of a diamond shape. And on the inhale, lengthening through the spine. And as you exhale, releasing, forward fold. You can use the elbows on the knees to ease the knees down. And then releasing the chin to the chest. Again, you don't want to roll the shoulders forward. You want to keep the spine long, but releasing the chin to the chest so that the head can be relaxed and that the cervical spine can get a nice stretch. Slowly coming up through center, removing the blocks if you have them, and extending the legs out to the sides, moving into a little bit deeper of a hip stretch. If this feels like your pelvis is tilting back a little bit, place a blanket and sit up right on the edge of the blanket. It kind of feels like someone's tilting your hips forward for you. This might be your stretch this morning, just sitting upright and tall in this posture, and that's great. Close the eyes and find a deep breath here. If you'd like a little bit more, maybe start walking the hands forward. And if you have the space in your hips today, I invite you to place the elbows down on the ground. A nice option too is elbows onto a block if that feels a little better for you. Again, lengthening through the spine on the inhale. And as you exhale, releasing the chin to the chest. On your inhale, coming back towards center. I like to use the hands underneath the knees, kind of letting go. And then hands come back, and we'll just windshield wiper the knees side to side, releasing the hips, letting go of anything that came up. And coming onto hands and knees, a little bit of spinal movement, placing the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. Inhale, dropping the belly, opening the heart into cow. And exhale, rounding the spine, curling through the back into cat. Inhale, opening the heart into cow. Exhale, rounding the spine into cat. Taking 3 or 4 more rounds at your own pace. If you only have 2 seconds in the morning for yoga, cat and cow is my favorite thing to do. And from here, we'll move into child's pose. The toes will come to touch, the knees will widen, and the hips will release towards the heels, extending the arms out in front of you, and the forehead releases down. Releasing the belly on the inhale, really letting it feel heavy. And as you exhale, letting it go, maybe pulling the belly towards the spine. Inhale, opening the belly and chest. And exhale, pulling the belly towards the spine. Inhale, coming back to hands and knees. And from here, moving into downward facing dog, untucking the toes, pushing the hips high, pedaling the feet out, spreading the fingers really wide here. Bending into one knee and then the other. And one last opener for the hip. We'll raise the right leg up and step the right shin forward towards the wrist. The right knee will come to the right wrist, and we'll step that left toe back, coming into pigeon pose. Lengthening up through the spine on the inhale, and then as you exhale, release into pigeon. If you feel that your right hip is really raised up in this pose, a nice option is just to place a block or a blanket or a pillow or anything you have underneath the hip. That'll help the hips release forward and stay in alignment, and then you can release down. It'll feel way more supportive. You'll actually get a better stretch for your body because your hips will be in alignment. Pigeon pose tends to be a little harder, so if you're in this pose and there's any frustration coming up, come back to those things that you're excited about for the day. Those things that you're grateful for in this moment. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Coming back to downward facing dog. You can come to tabletop first and then down dog, whatever feels best. Pedaling the feet out. If you want to raise that right leg up, find a little bit of movement. That's nice. A little bit of help for circulation. And then raising the left leg up and stepping that left shin forward towards the wrists. And extending those right toes back. It's nice to kind of look back at those right toes and make sure that they're right behind you in alignment so the foot isn't falling to the right or to the left. Again, placing that block under the left hip if you need, and inhale, opening the heart, and exhale, releasing down, finding your pigeon. One more breath here, inhaling and exhaling. Bringing your hands back up to center. Releasing to downward facing dog. Again, raising the left leg up if you like, bending into the knee, finding any openness you need in the hip. Placing the knees down, moving onto our backs for just a little bit of a rest before we finish our practice. Extending the legs long, laying down slowly. Arms are down by the sides, palms facing the ceiling. And finding your Shavasana. If there's one last pose you need before this, feel free to take that now. When you find your Shavasana, letting the ankles and toes fall out to the sides of the mat. Letting the hips and shoulders feel really grounded. And feel the heaviness in the back of the neck. We'll be here for a few minutes, so let yourself really relax. Wiggling into the fingers and toes. Connecting back to your breath in the space. Rolling onto your right side, bending the knees, using the upper arm as a pillow for the head. Again, taking a moment of gratitude for your practice this morning and for the beautiful day that you have ahead of you. As you're ready, push yourself up to any comfortable seated position. And resting the hands on the knees or in the lap. And the reason I love this quote so much is because I've heard it in song. And the way that it goes so that it's easy to remember is, every day, think as you wake up. Today I am fortunate to have woken up. I am alive. I have a precious human life. And I'm not gonna waste it. No. So take that with you today off of your mat. And remember just how special your life is. Bringing your hands together in front of the heart. Always know that the light and love within me is so honored to witness the vibrant and unique light within each of you. Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice this morning. I'm so proud of your ability to take care of yourself first thing. And if you like this video, please feel free to follow our page, yogatx.org, to be on our newsletter to know about new videos. And you can also subscribe to this channel. If you'd like to keep in touch, my Facebook is Emily Henderson Yoga, and my Instagram is EmilyHenderson_yoga. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.